Hello and welcome back to the session on the CIS controls. In this lesson we will continue on to Control 5, Account Management, and the 5 safeguards within this control. The safeguard focuses on managing user accounts throughout their life cycle to minimize the risks associated with improper or unmonitored access to enterprise systems. Proper account management includes processes such as creating, modifying, disabling and deleting accounts, as well as enforcing strong authentication and authorization measures. The key areas of focus in account management include 1. Maintaining a comprehensive and up-to-date list of all user accounts, including service accounts and privileged accounts. 2. Ensuring users are only granted access to resources they need based on the principle of least privilege. 3. Regularly reviewing account permissions to ensure they align with current job responsibilities and that unnecessary or inactive accounts are removed or deleted. 4. Enforcing secure authentication methods, for example, multi-factor authentication or MFA, and password policies to protect accounts from unauthorized access. Why is this control important? Effective account management is essential to an organization's security posture, as user accounts are a common vector for cyber attacks. If accounts are improperly managed, organizations may face risks such as unauthorized access to sensitive systems or data, privileged escalation where attackers gain higher levels of access than necessary, data breaches from unused or stale accounts that remain active, regulatory non-compliance due to failure to enforce access controls and account reviews. By applying CIS Control 5, Account Management, organizations can ensure that user access is carefully controlled, monitored, and aligned with security best practices, thereby reducing attack services and enhancing overall security hygiene. Let's start learning about each of the safeguards within Control 5. Safeguard 5.1. Establish and maintain an inventory of accounts. This falls under the Identify Security function and is within Implementation Group 1. Safeguard requires organizations to create and maintain an up-to-date inventory of all accounts across enterprise assets and software. This includes user accounts, service accounts, administrative accounts, and any other identity used to access systems and data. The inventory should capture such details as the account type, for example, user, admin, or a service account, associated systems or applications, account owner or responsible party, the status of the account, whether it's active or inactive. This inventory should be regularly reviewed and updated to reflect changes in personnel, systems, and roles. Why is the safeguard important? An accurate and current account inventory is essential for identifying unauthorized or unused accounts that could pose a security risk, enforcing access control policies, supporting incident response and audit activities, reducing the risk of privilege misuse or compromise. Without visibility into all existing accounts, organizations may overlook potential entry points for attackers or fail to detect accounts with excessive or unnecessary access rights. Maintaining a comprehensive inventory forms the foundation for strong identity and access management, otherwise known as IAM. Possible tools to help include IAM solutions such as Microsoft Entra ID, Okta, Ping Identity, and directory services such as Active Directory, FreeIPA, OpenLDAP. Safeguard 5.2. Use unique passwords. This falls under the Protect Security function and is within Implementation Group 1. The safeguard requires that each account uses a unique password that is not shared with any other account. This applies to all user, administrative, and service accounts across enterprise systems and applications. The goal is to prevent password reuse, which can lead to broader compromise if one account is breached. Organizations should implement technical controls to 1. Prevent password reuse, 2. Enforce unique credentials per user and per service, 3. Use password managers where appropriate to help users manage multiple unique passwords. Why is this safeguard important? Using the same password across multiple accounts significantly increases risk. If one account's password is compromised, for example through phishing or a data breach, attackers can try that same password on other systems, a tactic known as credential stuffing. By enforcing unique passwords, the impact of a breach is contained to a single account. It reduces lateral movement opportunities for attackers, and it aligns with best practices for identity and access management. Possible tools to help include password managers such as Delinear Secret Server, 1Password, LastPass, Bitwarden. These can generate and store unique passwords per user and account. Directory services or IAM such as Entra ID, Active Directory, Okta. These enforce password uniqueness and reuse policies. Endpoint policy tools such as Group Policy Object, Linux PAM, JAMF. These can set password uniqueness and complexity policies on devices. And auditing and monitoring tools such as SpecOps and Zoic. Have I been pwned? These tools can detect reused or compromised passwords. Safeguard 5.3 Disable dormant accounts. This falls within the Protect security function and is within Implementation Group 1. Safeguard requires organizations to identify and disable dormant or inactive accounts after a defined period of non-use. Dormant accounts are those that have not been used within a specific time frame and are no longer associated with active users or services. The safeguard applies to all types of accounts, including user, admin, and service accounts, and helps ensure that only active, authorized identities have access to systems and data. Organizations should automate the detection and disabling of dormant accounts where possible. Why is the safeguard important? Dormant accounts pose a security risk because they are often overlooked, unmonitored, and may have outdated permissions. If compromised, these accounts can be used for unauthorized access, privilege escalation, or data exfiltration without immediate detection. Disabling dormant accounts helps reduce the attack surface, helps enforce least privilege access, supports account lifecycle management, and enhances compliance with access control policies and standards. The safeguard helps maintain tight control over access, ensuring only necessary accounts remain active. Possible tools to help include directory services such as Active Directory, Entra ID, LDAP. These can track logon activity and disable inactive accounts. IAM platforms such as Okta, Ping Identity, SailPoint can help to automate lifecycle management and inactivity response. And auditing tools such as PowerShell, Netrix, Manage Engine, Quest can help report and trigger alerts or actions for dormant accounts. Safeguard 5.4 Restrict administrator privileges to dedicated administrator accounts comes under the Protect security function and is within Implementation Group 1. The safeguard recommends that administrative privileges be assigned only to dedicated administrator accounts, which are separate from users' standard day-to-day accounts. These privileged accounts should be used exclusively for tasks that require elevated access, for example, system configuration or user management, and not for routine activities like reading email or browsing the internet. Organizations should prohibit the use of admin rights on personal or standard user accounts. Ensure admin accounts have stricter controls, for example, MFA or multi-factor authentication, auditing, and limited network access. And monitor and limit where and how administrative accounts can be used. Why is the safeguard important? Separating admin accounts from regular user accounts reduces the attack surface and prevents privilege abuse. If a standard account is compromised, the attacker won't automatically gain administrative control. By isolating admin privileges, security risks are minimized, especially from phishing, malware, or browser-based attacks. Least privilege principles are enforced, improving access control. Administrative actions can be more effectively monitored and audited. The safeguard ensures that elevated privileges are only used when necessary, reducing the potential impact of account compromise and helping maintain a more secure environment. Possible tools to help include IAM platforms such as Entra ID, Okta, Active Directory. These manage account roles, enforce separation and access policies. Privileged Access Management or PAM solutions such as CyberArk, BeyondTrust, Delinear Secret Server help to secure, monitor, and control use of admin accounts. Endpoint configuration tools such as Group Policy, sudoers, JAMF help restrict admin rights on endpoints and ensure account separation. And monitoring and auditing tools such as Netrix, SIEM tools, for example Sentinel Splunk, can detect and respond to unauthorized use of administrative privileges. Safeguard 5.5 Establish and maintain an inventory of service accounts comes under the Identify Security function and is within Implementation Group 2. The safeguard requires organizations to identify, document, and maintain an inventory of service accounts. These are special accounts used by applications, services, and automated processes to interact with systems and data. These accounts often run in the background and are not tied to a human user, but they may have elevated privileges. The inventory should include the account purpose and associated system or service, the privileges assigned to the account, the owner or responsible party, usage patterns, and life cycle status. Regular reviews should be conducted to ensure the accounts are still necessary and securely configured. Why is a safeguard important? Service accounts are often overlooked and can present security risks if not properly managed. They may use weak or hard-coded credentials, have excessive or unused privileges, be left active long after they are no longer needed. Without visibility, these accounts can become attack vectors for threat actors. Maintaining a service account inventory supports access control and least privilege, helps detect unauthorized use, enhances auditability and compliance, and reduces the risk of account compromise. Possible tools to help include IAM tools such as Entra ID, AWS IAM, Okta to create, manage, and track service accounts, PAM solutions such as CyberArk, Beyond Trust, Delinea Secret Server to secure and audit service account credentials, and discovery and auditing tools such as AD Manager Plus, Netrix, Quest to inventory and monitor service accounts and usage. Safeguard 5.6, Centralize Account Management, comes under the Govern Security function and is within Implementation Group 2. The safeguard calls for organizations to centralize the creation, management, and deletion of accounts across enterprise assets and services. This means using a unified system or platform, such as a directory service or identity provider, also referred to as an IDP, to manage user and service accounts rather than handling them separately on each system. Centralized account management enables 1. Consistent enforcement of access controls, 2. Easier monitoring and auditing, 3. Streamlined provisioning and deprovisioning, 4. Integration with multi-factor authentication or MFA and single sign-on, also known as SSO. Why is the safeguard important? Without centralized management, accounts can be scattered and inconsistent, leading to orphaned accounts that are forgotten and still active, misaligned access permissions, increased risk of unauthorized access or privilege creep. By centralizing account management, organizations improve visibility, reduce administrative overhead, and strengthen their overall security posture by ensuring that access is appropriate, traceable, and revocable. The safeguard supports identity governance and helps ensure compliance with policies and regulations. Possible tools to help include IAM platforms such as Entra ID, Okta, Ping Identity to centralize and automate account control. Directory services such as Active Directory, FreeIPA help with unifying account storage and policy enforcement. Identity governance and administration or IGA tools such as SailPoint, Savient, OneIdentity to manage account lifecycles and compliance. Single sign-on tools such as Okta SSO, Auth0, Google Workspace provide central access control and user authentication. In this lesson, you have learnt the 6 safeguards included in CIS Control 5, Account Management, the implementation group of each safeguard, and possible tools to use within each safeguard. In the next lesson, I will take you into Control 6, Access Control Management, including the recommended safeguards in this control, the implementation group of the safeguards, and some recommendations on tools that you may use to help to implement the safeguards. I look forward to you joining me in the next lesson as we continue discovering the CIS controls. Thank you.